Hey folks, we're up here in New Hampshire and we're going to be talking about two different Glock pistols. On the left we have the Glock 21. This is a gun that's designed to shoot the .45 ACP, and on the right the Glock 30, which is essentially a compact version of the same gun. The Glock 21 is one of those sidearms that shoots a very large round, is controllable and certainly durable. A couple of modifications to this gun are the X sights, and you can see this setup here. Basically you have a post, big large white dot tritium insert that really draws your eyes to the front, and then a vertical line, and basically what you want to create as you're looking through on the sight picture is this dot is on top of the line. You'll also note the angles of the rear sight. This is not a precision type of sight that you'd get more with a dovetail and that notch in the back, and we'll look at that on the Glock 30 in just a second. This is really designed for close quarters stuff. I also have the TLR2, which is the laser light combination, and I've done a review on that. So what we're going to do today is basically shoot these two guns, look at some of the differences, and just give you my impressions. I really like Glocks. I think they're excellent guns. The Glock 30, if you want to carry a large caliber handgun in .45, and it's a relatively it is blocky, it is large, but it does allow you to have 11 plus 1, so of .45, which is quite significant in its capacity, and that .45 round, of course, we know is very effective. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot these two guns, do a little contrast and compare, and give you my thoughts on just how they work and why I like them so much. Okay folks, so what we have here is the Glock 30. This is a .45. This is Glock's compact version of the 21. Has a relatively wide frame, but certainly, even though I have small hands, I can certainly get a good purchase on it. I've got a target out here. What I'm going to do is from 7 yards here is just go for some slow fire and really work on trigger control, and we'll see how we do in terms of getting good consistent hits. I really like the Glocks because I think they're incredibly durable, and for me they've got a trigger that I really like. So I'm just going to aim center mass. So for me it's the accuracy probably is not nowhere near as what you would get if I was shooting it all the time. So I'm going to try. Now, one nice thing about the Glocks, and they're small to large, is you can take a full-size mag. So this is a 13 round Glock 21 mag, and it will fit here. Now granted, there's a little bit of space here, but it means you can carry the gun in its original version and then carry a full-size or a couple of full-size Glock 21 magazines with 13 rounds each. I mean, that's a really fairly nice amount of ammunition if you wanted to carry it that way. So again, I'm shooting 7 yards here, and I've got a center target, and I'm just going for slow fire center shots and trying to get good hits. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the target. There was one failure to feed, and that has to do with the fact that this extended slide release, I don't like these on my Glocks because my thumbs often will ride up a little bit, and so I induced a malfunction simply by having that extended release. So if you're shooting this type of gun with that type of release, you really want to make sure you know where your thumbs are. I've taken this off all my Glocks because I keep inducing malfunctions, and that's not a good thing when you're shooting the gun. So let's take a quick look at our target, and I think you're going to see that from a combat accuracy standpoint, it's certainly what you would want or expect. Again, I'm not going slow, fairly deliberate. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. Okay, so I fired 20 rounds here, and I don't know this gun real well. Again, it's my buddy's. I've shot it once. 7 meters. But basically, from a combat accuracy with a very short barrel and 45 ACP, you can see it is more than you'd need to do it. We're going to do the same drill now with the Glock 21 full size and see what that looks like. Okay, so what we have now, guys, is the Glock 21 full size. This carries 13 in the magazine. I've got 10 in the magazine now, I believe. You'll note that on this gun, I have removed, or I've never added that extended slide release. I just prefer the smaller one. I am not using the laser and light. It's just on the gun. I've left it on the gun. This is my kind of bedstand gun. So I'm going to do the same thing, and we're just going to focus in on slow hits and accuracy, and then we'll do a little bit more fast fire. I threw one out, which was a flinch. This gun, Jim's trigger is significantly better. He's done a little trigger. This is a 5.5 pound connector. And with the sights, a little harder to be really precise because of that sight design on the back. Again, you've got that V against the big red dot, or big white dot in the middle. Again, not a deal breaker, but this gun is really designed, the sight setup is really designed more for combat shooting and accuracy and a quick sight picture. You just see that front sight and then you're going to press your shot. So I'm not real pleased with that. We'll go ahead and take a look and show you that target in just a minute. So in that 10 round group that I fired, you can see that it's pulling some shots low. That really has to do with me just not being where I need to be on the trigger. And that 5.5 pound connector, I called that was a flyer. I knew it right away, just a flinch on my part. But you can see, again, combat accuracy more than you'd need, and with better sights on the 21, with sights that are really set up for trying to drill a target, you can do much better than those sights that I have on. But again, there's a reason I have those sights on. So we're going to do a real quick look at some fast fire with the 21 and see what that looks like. Okay, slightly different view now. Glock 21. Just going to do some fast fire drills, see what that looks like from that position. Hopefully you see that the gun is very controllable, even for a 45. So the advantage of the polymer frame and the design of the gun is such that it's really very easy to keep on target and make good hits. So last thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to load up some really hot plus P, 185 plus P ammo and shoot that and give you a sense of what that looks like. Okay, the last little bit of stuff that we're going to do with the Glock 30 and 21 here is we're going to shoot some of the Remington Golden Saber 185 jacketed hollow point. This is a plus P round, so it's fairly stout. What I'm going to do as a comparison is I'm going to shoot 4 rounds of the regular 230 ball, and then right behind it I'll shoot the jacketed ammo, the plus P Golden Saber. So again, 4 rounds at 230 grain. And now we'll get into plus P. And you could really, I don't know if you could see it, but you could really feel it. A little snappier. We can do that the same thing now with the Glock 21. Again, this is just to give you the opportunity to see 230 grain ball against the 185 plus P. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do here is we've got a couple of rounds of 230 grain FMJ full metal jacket, and then follow that we've got 5 rounds of the 185 grain plus P Golden Saber by Remington. So we're going to take a quick look and see and give you some difference of that. We saw with the Glock 30, again, it was snappier, and we'll see if we get the same kind of feeling with the 21. It's noticeable, but not really that significant. The nice thing about the Glock design with a polymer frame and a relatively low bore axis is that it really allows you to keep the gun down. I mean, it's not at all tough or painful to shoot, and it was in fact, it was very, very easy to shoot. So I guess my final thoughts on the Glock 21, I just think they're fabulous firearms. If you don't own one or haven't had a chance to shoot one, you know, give it a try. The grip angle for some people is not great with the Glocks. However, I think that that's something most people can learn to shoot well with. It's really not a deal breaker to me. And again, 45 ACP, it's one of those big, heavy bullets that really seems to get the job done. So, as always, really appreciate you watching. I appreciate your feedback and ideas, and the channel's been growing significantly, so thank you all for that very, very much. It's really fantastic. And as always, stay safe.